Hello everybody. Episode 7, I'm Xogue, and there's the basics. Now, last episode, I told you about my little predicament. I'm missing a key component to having a villager breeder. Zombies kind of stole them from me, and we really need to get some more. So, as mentioned last, why are there two... Villagers are weird. You know, we gotta fix this. Ah, okay. Well, there needs to be carrots there, but I'm not gonna go that far into it. Anyway, now I have 13 potatoes. And we are gonna go on a hunt for a zombie villager, because I'm going to show you exactly how to cure them and basically start a village from scratch. Now, I already have the village, but you can easily build out, you know, houses or whatever for them, and then do this process that I'm going to be showing you in this episode to populate it. And once you get farms and everything, they will pretty much populate that village all the way up for you, as long as you have at least 2. You know, and at least one of them is a farmer. It will eventually populate. But for our purposes, we need to make a villager breeder, because I need some down here, which will then be spitting a bunch of adults out up here, so I can go through and find the ones that I like, that are offering the resources that I like, so I can get some good stuff. Because apparently, and I know you won't believe this, but this is the first time in any map I've ever played that I have died this much. And I'm only on episode 7. That's like dying, I don't know, what's that, almost 4 times an episode? That's ridiculous. I'm gonna do what I can to make sure that number doesn't rise anymore. But anyway, since it happens, and I have a feeling it's probably gonna continue to happen, because I tend to get careless at times, I want to make sure I can at least come back to these villagers, trade in a bunch of rotten flesh and maybe something else to get my gear back. Because going through that pigment farm, I know in the first few episodes I kind of said it wasn't really too big of a deal, but staying there for as long as you need to get everything done that I was showing you earlier in the last episode, it's not, it is nighttime. What are you talking about? Thank you. But it's still a hassle. You still have to stay there for a while. I was grinding out for a couple hours. Took me a long time, but I got tired of it. So I'm going to try not to die, at the very least, until this is done. Now, in order to cure a zombie villager, you need a few things. Because you got to get the potion of weakness. You got to hit him with that glass bottle, bust it over his head so he gets all sparkly and stuff. And then you feed him golden apple, and those sparkles turn purple. And you wait 5 minutes, and then he's cured. And he's a regular old villager again. Well, I need to do that a few times. Because I need... I didn't go and count how many I had in my concept world, but it's somewhere in the ballpark as like 7 or 8 villagers down here. So, and if you do plan to build this, you can have more. It's not really going to hurt anything. At the moment, with bone meal, there's no way in heck 7 villagers can even pick all of this and replant it before, you know, more crops grow. But it's not a huge deal. So, you know, play with that. The more villagers you have down there, the more villagers you're going to get up here. But I think 7 is a decent number, because in the concept world, I had, I believe, 7 villagers by the time the first grew up. And what that means is, if you don't know, baby villagers take 20 minutes to grow up, just like any other animal, you know, that you breed. It takes 20 minutes for them to grow into an adult, which means within 20 minutes, I had 7 baby villagers. And then, you know, about halfway till the next one would have came, roughly speaking, because obviously it is somewhat unpredictable, but, you know, that's when the first one grew up. However, since I do need a potion of weakness, I need a brewing stand. I already have the blaze rod, so that's not a big deal. All I really need to do is go gather all of the supplies, put things together. I'll throw down a brewing stand, get a potion and a golden apple, both of which I believe I should be able to craft very easily, since I'm pretty sure I have everything I need for them. And yeah, then I have to go do the hard part, finding a zombie villager. Now, finding the first one is going to be a problem. I'm probably going to go cave diving. I think there's a cave over here somewhere I haven't been in yet. Rome kind of pointed that out at the end of the last episode. So I'm probably going to go take a look into there to see what we got going on. Dive around a little bit, just because even in caves during day, you still get a few zombies. And maybe once it turns night, I can come up here or something. I'm not sure, just to mix it up a little bit. But I have a feeling it's going to be quite difficult to get one, just because the first one's always a huge problem. But after that, if we cure the first one, we can use that one as a trap for others. Because as long as a villager is in range of a town, then zombie raids will happen every night that I'm actually here. Starting this second night, I believe. But since I've already been in this town for a while, I don't think that second night thing is going to apply. I think they're just going to start the first night. So, that whole spiel being said, let me actually get to working on things, and I'll see you in a minute as soon as I got the brewing stand up, and I might actually go ahead and just make the potion and the golden apple. Well, maybe I'll show you those recipes, because pretty sure most of you know what they are, or you could easily look them up, but I don't think there's too much harm in actually showing you on the video. So, hang tight, I'm going to get some things set up, and I'll be back in a second to show you what's going on. And here we are, back at my lovely base. My redesigned twice lovely base filled with wolves. I have my own wolf pack. And I finally dyed all their collars blue. It's about time. Oh, I never thanked you guys for saving my life. Thank you. I didn't hear a bark from all of you. Sure, that's all of you. Alright, now, so I went ahead and I gathered all the supplies that we need to craft everything that we need for all of the villagers. First thing that we obviously need is the brewing stand, which is that. There's your brewing stand. Next thing is the golden apples, which you don't need the special ones. There is an enchanted golden apple that takes iron blocks instead. Yes, I have plenty of gold. I could make them, but they're not required. So we're going to go with 7 now. If I need more, I can get more. The next thing you need is water bottles, which is first done by getting glass bottles and then filling those glass bottles with water. And all I'm doing is right-clicking on a water source block, just like that. Now the next thing you need is fermented spider eyes. So you need to get spider eyes and sugar and brown mushrooms. Can't be red, it has to be brown. And you get your fermented spider eyes. Now the reason I only need 3, even though I have all of this, is because the brewing stand can brew 3 bottles at one time. Which means that we throw down all of our bottles and throw in a fermented spider eye, that will give me my potions of weakness. That'll give me 3 of them. And that's the basic idea. There's all of the recipes. Like I said, wouldn't take that long, and therefore not a big deal to show you. So I'm going to go ahead and get this. I'm going to set these things up, probably bring them over to the village area, throw them in that chest that's over there, just in preparation, and then I'm going to start hunting for a zombie villager. Probably bring a few blocks with me just so I can trap him in and wait for him to be cured. But yeah, I'm gonna get to it. There's your potion of weakness. Doesn't have to be a strong one. You don't have to do anything more than just this. But yeah, let's see how this works. Alright, so my original plan was just to do a little montage of me running around up on the surface, down in caves, all over the place. Right, just pieced together a bunch of zombie encounters until I found my zombie villager. Well, apparently, despite how many times I've died, this map is awesome, and I've been getting incredibly lucky because I found a zombie spawner. And that could have been any kind of spawner. But it just so happens that I needed, a zombie villager. And they gave me a zombie spawner. So this is probably going to be a little easier. I literally just have to wait long enough. And let's check these chests first, because I haven't looked in them yet. I just kind of lit it up, made sure I wasn't going to die while recording, because I told you I was going to stop dying and try to. But, so let's see what we got. Couple name tags. Ooh, okay. Music disc, cat too. I think that's the good one. And the other one, another name tag, another cat, another cat. Maybe that's the common one. In reality, hey, a chest is a chest, right? I didn't put that stuff there, so it's free stuff. I'm good with that. So my idea for this, and actually, I'll just tell you, because swimming up that stream is going to be a pain. But this is that cave I told you about that was like right near the base. And I'll show you, a little top-down view once I get back up there and have things set up. But yeah, this is literally a hop, skip, and a jump away from that village. So this is beyond lucky right here. I am really excited. This is awesome. Anyway, what I'm gonna do is make a little water vader similar to the one you saw in the villager spawner breeder thing that I'm making. And I'm going to bring them all to the surface. Now, there's going to be a roof. Ugh, I can't talk. A roof over their head so that they don't burn in the sunlight. But I'm going to bring them as close to that village as I can. And I'm basically just going to kill off the ones that are not villager zombies. And the others, I'll probably just cure right in place because it'll be easy that way. But then again, the zombies coming behind them would probably turn on them and turn them back into zombie villagers. Ugh. Alright, well, it appears that I'm going to have to do something with the villager zombies. But I'll come to that when I get to it. I'm going to build something out. Just real quick, because this episode is all about finding a zombie villager and not how I'm going to find them. So let me get to that. I'll quickly run through the explanation, and then we'll get on with finding those that I need. Sleeping at nighttime. Yes, I call it nighttime, as you've noticed. Don't judge me. Now, so that process is done, and it looks like a big old mess. I mean, come on. I built it out of dirt. Really? Now, the reason it doesn't look pretty is because it's not really going to stay. Eventually, once I get all the villagers I need and populate this little garden thing down here, that is going to turn into a zombie flesh getter. And I'm going to, be able to AFK there and collect a whole bunch of, zombie flesh, trade it in, and things are just going to be awesome that way. That's another benefit of having a zombie spawner right near a village. So, apparently I need to research a few things or test a few things before I start talking, because I did say a few things wrong, and I'm sure a bunch of you probably left a few comments mentioning those things. Now, the first thing is that I mentioned that I was going to bring the zombies up here, which, for those of you who do know, you have to be within, I believe it's 16 blocks, and again, I'm not researching, so if I'm wrong, go ahead, correct me. But you have to be close enough to the spawner for it to be active. So standing up here is not going to send me anybody. The next thing is that I said when you splash the potion of weakness on them, they get sparkles, and then you feed them a golden apple and they turn purple. They don't turn purple, they turn red. That's not really important, but I figured I'd throw it in. At one point in the last clip, or one of the last clips, I said, remember this cave? This is the one I was saying was right near base. I meant village, not base. So scratch out base, replace with village. And I missed an ingredient. Just try to remember, because, you know, I'm not walking you through it. I did say there was nothing else you needed to add to the potions, and then yeah, they'd be good, but I was wrong. You need to make sure you add gunpowder to it. This regular old potion of weakness does nothing but make you weak because you have to drink it. It has to be a splash potion, so you can throw it at the zombie. But other than that, I think it's good. And as you can see, I do already have a villager. Now, there was another thing I didn't account for. I said, you know, I got 7 golden apples and efficiency 2 iron shovel. Sure. Maybe later. You know, I got 7 golden apples, and that was because I only needed 7 villagers. That's what I was going to start with. But if I get unlucky with the curing and I don't get a farmer, now I want like 3 or 4 farmers at least. The rest I don't think matter. We're going to drop them in there and see what happens, but I want at least 3 or 4 farmers, and I have a feeling that could take a while. Now, the zombie spawner, it is pretty effective. When I go down there, I'm not going to actually cure one, just because this guy right here, when the zombie comes up, he'll float into this, and he'll convert him back into a zombie villager. And then the one that turned him will turn into a villager, and then this guy will attack him, and then I'll just have 2 zombie villagers up here, which I could cure again, but that just seems really ineffective. So I'm going to show you this big contraption thing that I've got set up, and then I'm going to get cracking on with curing them, getting what I want set up, get all the villagers down in the bottom, and hopefully this time when I say I'm going to come back and I'm going to have a bunch of villagers up here, I actually will. So we're going to see what happens. But first, this is the big, you know, this is nothing but a water channel. And the only reason it really has like this long and was a roof is because I thought these were going to be zombie villagers that I was going to cure down here. But obviously, you know, like I said, you have to be 16 blocks away, within 16 blocks, in order for the zombie spawner to be active. So that it's just been left here for the regular zombies, or regular villagers. So I did make a somewhat quick access. Very easy to get down, huge pain to get back up. But, and this part I hate. I needed to dig out that square so it's easier to get out of that water trench. But down here, the inside this room is the zombie spawner. And let me see if I can show you without... There you go. Now they're all trying to get me. There's a zombie spawner. I cleared out the area. The water is pushing them in that direction. And that just goes into, you know, you have 2 water channels, one coming from this side over here, the other going the other side. Meeting in the middle, and they're dropping down a hole. Place that. And then you come down here, and this is where I sort them. And this, you know, I just kill off those that are not zombie villagers. And I kill all the babies just because babies are pain. Baby zombies can't get through here. But if I show you in a second, you know, obviously these guys are going to be dropping things. I didn't want to hook up a hopper chest system for something so temporary. But all I really have to do is just kind of open them both up if I can get through here, which apparently doesn't work. There it goes. Woo. Okay. And then I can close them back. No big deal. But I do get the experience, so even if I don't want to, you know, go through the process of getting everything they drop, it's not a big deal. Now, as I said, I've already got 1 villager cured. So really all I have to do is wait here long enough. And when I see one, you know, I get my splash potions and golden apples, which are up top. and I throw the splash potion at him, and then I feed him a golden apple, and then I hit this button right here, which once I clear it out, I'll show you exactly what it does. And it's a little glitchy. It's kind of a pain to get. That just opens up both of those, allowing this water source block to push the zombie into another one, which over here is another one that goes to the water vader. But the problem is that these don't retract for long enough to fully push a zombie here. So I end up having to do it a couple times when a zombie is pushing the one I'm trying to get through. You know, and they just, I don't know, things just get stuck in the glass, and it's just, it's a big pain. But it does work. It's very crude, very raw, not very efficient, but I don't need it to be. That's why, you know, this did take me but like 4 seconds to put together, so, you know, it's not really a big deal. But now, that's the quick rundown of exactly what's going on. I'm going to go back up top, move that zombie villager you saw me already have cured, you know, into the farm, because I kind of want to see if it does actually have to be a farmer. I'm pretty sure at least one of them does, so that they can actually, you know, pick and replant the crops. But I'm going to throw him down there, and just see what he does. But I'm going to go ahead, do all that stuff, get my villagers down there, and like I said, when I come back, I want to have a few villagers already bred and grown, so you can see the collection plate I have for them, and that it does work. So let me get to that, and see what I got going on when I come back. All right. So things got done. Sort of. What I've got going on is, you see these little dirt piles? This one, there's one there, there's one on the other side of this here. Those are villagers. Because after these guys started breeding, I got, I think there's like 3 or 4 farmers down there, and the rest are other stuff. I was moving the others out of the way until they looked like farmers, and then I kind of dropped them in here. But, yeah, so I've got a few in here, like I was saying. If we look up in here, it looks like I've got 6 right now. Now, it is going a little bit slower, and that's because there is an issue with my bone meal contraption. It's not working. Sometimes the minecarts stop, which is why I've actually dug out stairs and stuff. There's the rail for it, and you'll notice that it's not moving. It seems to happen anytime the chunks are unloaded, which is very, very inconvenient. So I've decided just to kind of wait it out a little bit, see how many I can get. So we're going to see what happens. I have like 6 there now, and the reason I started recording so close to night is maybe you'll start to see some of these zombies around here. And what I did is I went and crafted a few more potions and got some more golden apples, and I waited until I saw zombie villagers, you know, crowding up around this area or these guys here. And as the zombie villagers came, that's when I decided to go ahead and cure them. And then once they were converted, I trapped them in little dirt piles, which is why they're here. That way they're safe from any other zombies, as you can see. And I get a few more. Now I got to move them, I got to put them where I want them, things like that. But this whole area is going to go under a massive redesign. Die! Thank you! Now, there's a lot of things that are going to be happening. Obviously, I need to tear this down and convert that into a rotten flesh farm. Since this design isn't working, there's a few things I need to work on. I'm going to have to plan it out a little bit better. Come up with a new system other than minecarts, because I don't know why they're stopping. Maybe there's a reason and I can fix that and keep the minecarts, but I got to play with it and see what happens. This whole village is going to be leveled. And that includes everything over there. It's going to be massively redesigned. It's going to look like, you know, a user-created village rather than a generated one. And I don't know, I like that better just because it'd be a lot easier to get to the villagers you want. And the whole design is going to be based on, you know, this portal right here being the entrance. So you're going to walk into the town. There's going to be some kind of a walkway, and it's going to go into a big old circle cul-de-sac kind of thing where you can go around and do all your trades right here. Like I said, it's going to be a big project. This might actually be moved. I'm thinking about, you know, since there's issues with it and I have to redesign it and change things anyway, I might just tear it all out and move it up top. And I'm thinking about hiding this whole construction in a building in the back. You know, so it looks like part of the town and just kind of disguise it. The only problem with that is you will hear everything, and that bothers me quite a bit, actually. That's why I like things being underground. It's more of a pain to build them that way, but it's more silent, and they're, you know, I wouldn't say invisible, but they're not seen. So, yeah. So, you know, a lot of things are going to change. As far as the villagers that... Oh, you little... Alright, well... That happened. So... This is what I'm going for. You know, I'm going to be changing a few things around. And as far as the villagers that I need, like I was trying to say before I was rudely interrupted, I need, I want a few librarians. I need 3 toolsmiths, you know, for the pickaxe, the axe, and the shovel. I need at least 1 weaponsmith for the sword, 4 armors for each piece of, you know, armor that I want to wear. Obviously, I need a few more for trades so I can get emeralds. But like I said, they're all going to be in this little cul-de-sac area that I'm going to work on over here. So that's the next thing I'm going to do while I'm waiting for these guys to populate a little more. And I'm just going to get to work and leveling this whole thing and maybe laying out a little bit of groundwork for the new village that I'm going to make. So let me get to that, and I will see... Well, we will see what I come up with on the fly, because it's not completely designed yet, so we're going to see what happens. Hey guys, what you doing? Is that like the good corner? Can I join? No? Yeah, you're 40. Ooh, you might be good. Alright, so, bam. Village gone. And so is a lot of the durability for my tools. Not weapons, tools. So, the shovel and the axe, I'm not too worried about. These are the old ones. I have the, you know, backups in my box back at base. But worker, I've almost broke my worker. So, I'm going to have to remake that guy pretty soon. But until then... It is what it is, I guess. I did try to make it look a little bit more natural. It still doesn't, but it's closer than, you know, a squared off area. And I really shouldn't need too much room for what I want to do. And even if I do, I can dig it out later. So obviously that's not too big of a deal. However, the video is over almost. I've got to say my farewells. But in the next episode, I want to make sure I get everything done. I want to build out the cul-de-sac. I want to put people in each of their places. I want to get, you know, my little sorting system so I can check each one of the villagers. I want to get that done. There's going to be a lot going on in the next episode. And that's because I really want to finish this area. I want it to be done. But I don't want to linger in the same area for too many episodes. So the next episode will be the last time we're in this area for an extended period of time. Working on things, I hope. So it might move fast. It might... I I might take a lot of cuts and stuff, but it'll be done. And I'm going to like it a lot when it is. Because that way I can just come here and bam, oh man, I need a new sword because I died and lost everything again. And no, just so you know, that didn't actually happen. But yeah, so there's going to be a lot of stuff going on in the next episode. Be sure to check it out because it's just going to... I'm going to fly right through it. I'm just going to get this done. I'm going to knock it out. So, try this again. There we go. If you like the episode, click that like button. If you want to see more, subscribe. We got some projects coming up. We got some things I want to start doing. Now that we have the basics, we got the food, we got my base is somewhat set up. All I got to do is just kind of expand it as I want things in it. But things are starting to come together, become more stable, so we can start doing some more fun stuff. And yeah, just come back, check it out. See you in the next episode.